Welcome, dear listener, to another tranquil journey with boring history for sleep. Tonight, we step into the ancient world of the Indus Valley, a civilization of remarkable ingenuity nestled along the banks of mighty rivers. Picture yourself in a land of sun-baked bricks, bustling streets, and silent mysteries, where the past whispers softly through the ages. As you settle in, let the cares of the present fade, replaced by the gentle rhythm of history. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and allow the steady flow of this ancient story to guide you toward rest. Our journey begins in the heart of Mohenjo-daro, where you, an ordinary city dweller, navigate the challenges of daily life in 2500 BC. Imagine waking in the pre-dawn stillness of Mohenjo-daro, one of the great cities of the Indus Valley civilization. The air is cool, carrying the faint scent of dust and river water. Your home is a modest, flat-roofed house of sun-dried bricks, its walls smooth but unadorned, pressed close to neighboring homes in a tightly planned grid. You rise from a woven reed mat, the floor beneath you cool and slightly gritty underfoot. The distant sound of a cart's wooden wheels creaking along the street signals the city stirring to life. This is your world, a bustling urban center of 40,000 souls, yet one where survival demands constant effort. Your day begins with a walk to a communal well, a wide, brick-lined structure at the corner of your street. You carry a heavy clay jar, its weight pressing into your shoulder as you join others in the morning ritual of drawing water. The well's rope is rough in your hands, and the water, when it comes, is cool but tinged with the earthy taste of the Indus River. You splash your face, feeling the grit of dust wash away, but there's no time to linger. Your work awaits, perhaps crafting clay seals with intricate animal motifs or shaping pots for trade. The workshop is a cramped, open courtyard, filled with the rhythmic clink of tools and the sharp scent of wet clay drying in the sun. Life in Mohenjo-daro is orderly, but it is not easy. The city streets are laid out with precision, their straight lines a marvel of planning, but they are narrow and crowded. You navigate through throngs of traders, laborers, and children, the air thick with the smells of baked bread, sesame oil, and the occasional whiff of refuse from the covered drains that line the streets. These drains, a testament to the city's sophistication, require constant maintenance. You might spend hours clearing debris from a choke channel, your hands caked with mud, knowing that a blocked drain could flood your home during the monsoon. Your meals are simple, a reflection of your status. At midday, you sit cross-legged in the shade of your home's courtyard, eating a meal of barley flatbread, lentils, and perhaps a few dates traded from a distant merchant. The food is filling but plain, and hunger is a familiar companion. Water is scarce, and every drop is precious. You sip sparingly from your clay cup, savoring its coolness. The heat of the day is relentless, the sun beating down on the city's flat roofs, and you work through the afternoon with sweat beading on your brow, your tunic clinging to your skin. The constant threat of the monsoon looms over your life. When the rains come, the Indus River swells, and the city's low-lying fields can turn to mud in hours. You've seen crops ruined, homes damaged, and families displaced. You offer small tokens, a clay figurine or a handful of grain, at a household shrine, praying to the deities depicted on seals, perhaps a horned figure or a sacred tree, for protection. Yet the gods feel distant, and the weight of survival rests on your shoulders. By evening, you return home, your body aching from the day's labor. The city grows quiet, save for the soft murmur of voices and the occasional bleat of a goat. You lie on your reed mat, the night air warm and heavy, and drift into an uneasy sleep, the rhythm of the city lulling you into rest. This was the life of an Indus city dweller, a life of order, labor, and quiet resilience. As we leave the crowded streets behind, let us turn to a figure whose vision shaped a later chapter of India's history, a ruler whose ambition left a lasting mark. As the bustling streets of Mohenjo-daro fade into the quiet of history, let us journey forward to the 7th century CE, to the northern plains of India, where a young prince named Harsha rose to shape a fleeting but remarkable era. Imagine yourself standing in the shadow of a grand palace, its sandstone walls warmed by the sun, the air carrying the faint scent of jasmine and polished wood. Harsha's story is one of ambition, compassion, and the weight of leadership, a tale that unfolds slowly, like the turning of pages in an ancient manuscript. Settle in, let your mind wander, and allow this narrative to carry you deeper into the past. Harsha, born around 590 CE, began his life not as a king, but as a prince of a modest kingdom in Thanesar, a city north of modern Delhi. Picture him as a young man, his dark eyes thoughtful, his frame slight but carrying a quiet resolve. His father, King Prabhakaravarna, ruled a small but prosperous realm, and Harsha grew up surrounded by the murmur of courtly debates and the clink of bronze armor. But tragedy struck early. By the time Harsha was 16, his father fell ill, and the kingdom faced invasion from neighboring powers. The air in Thanesar grew heavy with uncertainty, the streets quieter as fear of war spread. Harsha's elder brother, Rajavarna, took the throne, but his reign was cut short by betrayal. A rival king, Sasanka, lured him into a trap and ended his life. Imagine Harsha, barely 20, standing in the palace courtyard, the weight of his brother's death pressing against him like a stone. With no one else to lead, Harsha ascended the throne, his heart heavy, but his mind sharp. He was no warrior by nature, yet he knew his people needed strength. Picture him riding out with his army, the dust rising under the hooves of horses, the banners of Thanesar fluttering in the wind. Harsha's early campaigns were not conquests for glory, but acts of survival. He sought to avenge his brother and secure his borders, moving methodically across the Gangetic Plain. His soldiers, clad in leather armor, marched through fields of swaying wheat, their footsteps a steady rhythm against the earth. Harsha's brilliance lay not in brute force, but in strategy and diplomacy. He forged alliances with smaller kingdoms, his words as persuasive as any sword, and slowly his realm grew. By his 30s, Harsha ruled an empire stretching from the Punjab to Bengal, a patchwork of diverse lands united under his vision. Picture his capital, Kannauj, a city of wide avenues and bustling markets, where merchants traded silk and spices and scholars gathered to debate philosophy. Harsha was a patron of learning, his court a haven for poets and monks. He supported Buddhist monasteries, their golden stupas gleaming under the sun, and invited travelers like the Chinese monk Xuanzang to record his kingdom's wonders. Yet, beneath this prosperity, Harsha carried the weight of his responsibilities. Imagine him late at night, seated on a low wooden throne, poring over reports by the flickering light of oil lamps. His advisors spoke in hushed tones, and the scent of sandalwood incense filled the air, but Harsha's thoughts often turned to the fragility of his empire. The cost of leadership was personal. Harsha never married, perhaps because the demands of rule left little room for family, or perhaps because the loss of his brother and parents left a wound too deep. His life was one of constant movement, touring his empire, inspecting almshouses, or presiding over grand assemblies where he distributed gifts to the poor. Picture him at one such gathering, his silk robes brushing against the ground, his hands offering coins to a line of weary farmers. These acts of generosity were not mere displays. They reflected Harsha's Buddhist ideals, his belief in compassion as a ruler's duty. Yet, he faced challenges, rebellions in distant provinces, the threat of invasion, and the delicate balance of keeping rival factions loyal. The air in his court was often thick with whispered intrigues, and Harsha navigated them with a calm but wary mind. As Harsha aged, his empire began to fray. Without a clear heir, his death in 647 CE marked the end of his dream of a united India. Picture his final days in Kannauj, the city quieter now, the palace halls echoing with the footsteps of fewer visitors. His legacy, though, endured, not in stone monuments, but in the stories of his compassion, his patronage of learning, and his tireless efforts to hold a diverse land together. As we leave Harsha's world, let's turn to a mystery that lingers from the earlier days of the Indus Valley, a puzzle that still captivates scholars and dreamers alike. As the echoes of King Harsha's reign fade into the quiet of history, let us return to the ancient Indus Valley, to a time long before empires, when cities like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa thrived in silent splendor. Picture yourself standing in the ruins of one of these cities, the air warm and dry, carrying the faint scent of dust and time-worn stone. Before you lies a small, square seal, its surface carved with delicate, enigmatic symbols, a script that has whispered its secrets for over 4,000 years, yet refuses to yield them. This is the mystery of the Indus script, a puzzle that invites wonder and curiosity. Settle deeper into your rest, and let this ancient enigma unfold gently in your mind, like a scroll unrolling under starlight. Imagine holding one of these seals in your hand, its edges smoothed by centuries, its surface no larger than a small tile. The seal is made of steatite, a soft stone that feels cool against your palm, and its carvings are precise, almost delicate. You trace your finger over the symbols, a series of lines, curves, and pictographs, perhaps a tree, a fish, or a figure with horns. Some seals bear the image of a unicorn, its head turned as if gazing across the ages. These seals were once pressed into wet clay to mark goods or ownership. Their impressions found in markets from Mesopotamia to the Persian Gulf. But the script itself remains a locked door. No one knows whether it encodes a language, a system of numbers, or something else entirely. The mystery wraps around you like a soft veil, inviting you to wonder without urgency. Picture yourself in an archaeologist's camp, the evening air cooling as the sun dips below the horizon. The excavated streets of Harappa stretch out nearby, their brick walls casting long shadows. Scholars gather around a flickering oil lamp, their voices low as they pore over a collection of seals and tablets. The symbols are tantalizingly consistent. Over 400 distinct signs have been cataloged, yet no Rosetta Stone exists to unlock their meaning. Some believe the script records a Dravidian language, its words echoing the tongue of ancient traders. Others argue it's a system of symbols, like heraldic crests, identifying clans or goods. A few even suggest it's not a language at all, but a ritual code tied to the spiritual life of the Indus people. The debate hums softly, like the drone of distant bees, and you feel the weight of the unknown settle gently around you. The seals tell other stories, too, woven into their designs. Imagine the artisans who crafted them, seated in a shaded courtyard, their tools chipping away at stone with rhythmic precision. The air would have carried the scent of wet clay and charcoal, the faint clink of tools mingling with the murmur of the city. Some seals depict animals, elephants, tigers, or rhinoceroses, rendered with a simplicity that feels almost alive. Others show figures in meditative poses, perhaps priests or deities, their presence hinting at a spiritual world we can only guess at. These images offer glimpses into the culture of the Indus people, a society that valued order, trade, and perhaps a deep reverence for the natural and divine. Yet, without the script's key, these glimpses remain fragments, like stars half hidden by clouds. The mystery deepens when you consider the civilization silence. Unlike the Sumerians or Egyptians, the Indus people left no long inscriptions, no epic tales carved in stone. Their cities, with their advanced drains and granaries, speak of sophistication, yet their voices are lost. Picture the ruins of Mohenjo-daro at twilight, the wind whispering through crumbled walls, carrying the faintest echo of a language no one can hear. Scholars have tried for decades to crack the code. Computers have analyzed patterns, linguists have compared it to known scripts, but the symbols hold their secrets tightly. Some say the script's brevity, with most inscriptions just 5 or 6 signs, suggests a practical purpose, like labeling goods. Others dream of lost stories, of myths or poems buried in the clay. As you linger in this mystery, imagine standing on a rooftop in ancient Harappa, the city alive around you. The air is warm, scented with spices from a nearby market, and the river glitters in the distance. The seals you've seen were once part of this world, passed from hand to hand, their symbols a quiet thread in the fabric of daily life. The unanswered questions of who these people were, what they believed, what they dreamed, wrap around you like a gentle lullaby. Let the enigma of the Indus script carry you toward rest, a reminder that some mysteries are meant to endure, their silence a soft invitation to dream. As we leave this puzzle behind, let us step into a different corner of the Indus world, where the elite lived in comfort and order, their lives a striking contrast to the laborers of the city. As the enigma of the Indus script fades into the soft haze of history, let us return to the sunlit streets of Mohenjo-daro, where a different world unfolds for the city's elite. Imagine yourself standing in a spacious courtyard, its baked brick walls glowing warmly under the midday sun. The air carries the faint scent of sesame oil and freshly dyed cotton, and a gentle breeze stirs the leaves of a potted fig tree. This is the world of the Indus Valley's privileged few, merchants, administrators, or perhaps priests, who live in comfort amidst the city's order. Their lives, so different from the laborers we met earlier, offer a glimpse into a world of refinement and responsibility. Settle deeper into your rest, and let this serene portrait of ancient privilege guide you toward sleep. Picture yourself as one of these elites residing in a grand, two-story home, its thick brick walls keeping the interior cool even as the sun blazes outside. Your house is a marvel of Indus engineering, with a private well in the courtyard, its water clear and cool, drawn without the labor of trudging to a communal source. You step onto a smooth, plastered floor, its surface swept clean by attendants, and ascend a sturdy staircase to a flat roof where you can survey the city. From here, Mohenjo-daro stretches out in a neat grid, its streets alive with the hum of trade and the distant clatter of ox carts. The air is warm, tinged with the scent of spices and the faint sweetness of ripe fruit from a nearby market. Your day is not one of toil, but of oversight. Imagine seated at a low wooden table, its surface inlaid with mother of pearl, as you review clay seals stamped with the unicorn motifs of your trading house. These seals, pressed in a soft clay, mark shipments of grain, cotton, or lapis lazuli bound for distant lands. Your role, perhaps as a merchant or city official, requires you to negotiate with traders, their voices rising and falling in the bustling great bath nearby, a vast brick-lined pool that gleams under the sun. The bath, used for ritual or cleansing, is a symbol of the city's sophistication, and you take pride in its upkeep, ensuring its drains flow smoothly to prevent flooding. Your meals reflect your status, a far cry from the simple barley of the common folk. Picture a midday feast served on polished clay plates, flatbreads made from finely ground wheat, lentils spiced with cumin, and slices of melon traded from the north. You sip water from a burnished copper cup, its coolness a small luxury in the heat. Servants move quietly, their footsteps soft on the plastered floors, bringing bowls of dates and roasted sesame seeds. The air in your dining room is heavy with the scent of herbs, and a woven screen filters the sunlight, casting dappled patterns across the walls. You eat slowly, savoring the flavors, aware that your wealth depends on the city's stability and the labor of those beyond your walls. Your clothing sets you apart, too. Imagine wearing a long cotton robe, dyed a deep indigo with intricate white patterns, its fabric soft against your skin. A necklace of carnelian beads, traded from distant mines, rests against your chest, and your hair is adorned with a copper pin shaped like a lotus. These adornments are not mere vanity. They signal your role in the city's hierarchy, where order and appearance matter. You might visit the Citadel, a raised platform where administrative buildings stand, their walls decorated with geometric patterns. Here, you confer with other elites, discussing grain storage or the maintenance of the city's granary, its massive brick structure a testament to collective planning. Yet, even in this life of comfort, there are burdens. The city's prosperity rests on delicate balance. Trade must flow, the river must not flood, and the gods must be appeased. You offer gifts at a small shrine in your home, perhaps a clay figurine or a handful of barley, praying for the city's continued favor. The weight of responsibility lingers, like the faint hum of the city at dusk, as you oversee workers, mediate disputes, or ensure the drains are clear before the monsoon. Your life is one of privilege, but it is not without care, for the city's order depends on your vigilance. As evening falls, picture yourself on your rooftop, the sky deepening to a soft purple. The city below grows quiet, the streets emptying as families retreat to their homes. The air cools, carrying the scent of river water and blooming jasmine. You stand for a moment, gazing at the silhouette of the great bath against the horizon, its bricks glowing faintly in the twilight. This is the world of the Indus elite, a world of refinement, duty, and quiet pride, woven into the fabric of a remarkable civilization. As we leave Mohenjo-daro behind, let us reflect on the lives we've explored, from the laborer's toil to the elite's ordered existence, each a thread in the tapestry of the Indus Valley. As the twilight deepens over the ancient city of Mohenjo-daro, we draw our journey through the Indus Valley to a gentle close. Picture the city now, its streets quiet under a canopy of stars, the soft murmur of the Indus River fading into the night. We've walked the dusty paths of a laborer's life, felt the weight of King Harsha's ambitions, pondered the silent symbols of an undeciphered script, and glimpsed the ordered world of the elite. Each story, like a thread in a vast tapestry, weaves together the resilience, ingenuity, and mystery of this ancient civilization. Let these images linger in your mind, soft and unhurried, like ripples spreading across a still pool. The Indus Valley, with its sun-baked bricks and flowing rivers, reminds us of a world both distant and familiar. The laborers toiled under the same sun that warms us today, their hands shaping the clay that built a civilization. Harsha's dreams of unity, though fleeting, echo the hopes of leaders across time. The script's enigma invites us to wonder, to rest in the unknown, while the elite's careful order speaks to humanity's enduring quest for stability. These lives, so different from our own, were bound by the same rhythms of hope and struggle, their days unfolding in the quiet cadence of survival. As you lie in the comfort of your own time, far from the dusty streets and heavy burdens of the past, let the weight of history settle around you like a soft blanket. The Indus Valley is gone, its cities buried beneath centuries of earth, yet its stories endure, whispering softly in the ruins. Breathe deeply, let your thoughts drift, and allow the gentle hum of the past to carry you toward rest. The world of Mohenjo-daro fades now, its secrets safe in the silence of time, inviting you to close your eyes and surrender to sleep. Good night, dear listener, and may your dreams be as peaceful as the river's flow.